Ranking the Warrior Cat Super Editions, and then a tier list to articulate my point further and establish my preference for some books over others. Oh yeah! Now there are 12 Warrior Cat books, and they're all great. I mean, some are definitely better than others, but I mean, they're all great. Compared to other books, they're phenomenal books. But let's just get into this and start ranking them. Number 12, Squirrel Flight's Hope. This book is the newest super edition. And to be honest, it's really bad. Compared to most books, it's a really good book, but it's not up to Warriors quality. I mean, the sisters are pretty cool, and how they went into StarClan and found out how it worked is really cool. But this is just filler between the Vision of Shadows and the new series, so it's not really important. It's just Squirrel Flight saying, "I don't want to die," and then Leafpool dying. I also think part of the reason I'm hating on this book so much is that it came out really recently, and when I was making the list and ranking these books, I could just remember its flaws so much more than some of the other books I've read, because it's been years since I've read some of the older super editions. Number 11, Firestar's Quest. You remember when it used to have this cover? Beautiful. But this is the exact opposite of Squirrel Flight's Hope, because even though it came out so long ago, I still remember its flaws. It was just such a boring book. Firestar, relationship issues with Sandstorm, and they just went on a walk, and then woohoo, there's a gorge. And he just made a new clan, and that part was kind of fun. But it's just like a traveling book, and nobody likes traveling books, hence why everyone hates the new Prophecy series. So, it's not that great of a book. Number 10, Yellowfang's Secret. What a boring book. It's just so boring. It just drags on for so long. I mean, her power is cool, although they never use it. It's pretty cool. And I like seeing life in Shadow Clan back in the day, but just so boring. Just so much unnecessary filler in this book. Number 9, Blue Star's Prophecy. This was an okay book. I really enjoyed it, but yeah, this was also a book that went on for too long. Their forbidden romance was good, but still wasn't great. I love going back in time to see how the clans were before the first series, but this one was just unnecessarily long. Number 8, Tigerheart's Shadow. Now this is the most average Warriors Super Edition there is out there. I guess it was decent, how they went into the city and met a bunch of cats and brought back half of them. But yeah, it's pretty average. There's nothing bad, but it's not really that good. The ending, though, when they all got back to the clans was really good. But yeah, besides that, it was really average. Crowfeather's Trial, number 7. It's a pretty good book, I would say. It's not great. It has some flaws. It's pretty centered around Breeze Pelt, but still, I appreciate a Wind Clan perspective. Number 6, Mossflight's Vision. What a great book. I love it. I love everything about Dawn of the Clans, and the fact that they got a super edition is super exciting. But why isn't it higher on this list? Because it created one of the dumbest rules in Warriors. Medicine cats should not allowed to have mates or kits. Just what a dumb rule. Just ruined the book for me. But not to the point where I hate it. It's still a great plot, and I really enjoyed reading the book. But it just made me drop it down from number 2 to number 6. Number 5, SkyClan's Destiny. So this is the sequel to Firestar's Quest, kind of. And there are definitely a lot of things wrong about this book, but why I ranked it so high is because it's such a fresh new perspective, and you get to see how a new clan operates and functions, and it's really cool. Number 4, Hawkwing's Journey. Now this is the last one in the trilogy of Firestar's Quest, SkyClan's Destiny, and now Hawkwing's Journey, and this is by far the best one. although it is like really sad, like everybody dies, but it's really good because it's an actually good journey compared to literally every other journey in Warrior Cats. So yeah. We're down to our top 3, and number 3 is Tall Star's Revenge. This is a really good book, and I have not read it in a really long time. But I remember that it is really, really, really sad for some reason. It also teaches us a lot about Windland, like the tunnels. Overall, a really good book. Number 2, Bramblestar Storm. Yeah, Bramblestar Storm is a really good book. Don't get me wrong, I really hate Bramblestar. He really sucks. But his Super Edition was just so good. It taught us how the clans were recovering after the tragedy of the Lost Hope. And it was showing that they were keeping the memory alive of the cats that had died by teaching the apprentices who died and all about the battle. So yeah, there's history now. Number 1, Crooked Star's Promise. The absolute best Super Editions out of all of the Super Editions. It's just so good. And whatever his mom's name is literally the worst cat in existence. Yeah, Crooked Star's Promise is such a good book. I cried a lot. It was so sad. And Maple Shade made a really good villain in this book. Crooked Star's Promise is awesome. And now the tier list. Just saying, even if it's an F tier book, it's still at least an A tier compared to all other books because Warriors is really good, and the only series better than it is Wings of Fire. And yeah, so in the S tier we have Crooked Star's Promise and Bramblestar's Storm. Then in the A tier we have Tall Star's Revenge. In the B tier we have Hawkwing's Journey, Skyclan's Destiny, Mothflight's Vision. In the C tier, we have Crowfeather's Trial, D tier, Tigerheart's Shadow, Blue Star's Promise, Yellowfang's Secret, E tier, Firestar's Quest, and the F tier, Squirrelfly's Hope. And the new Super Edition coming out later this year is Graystripe's Vow, and I think it's gonna be an S tier. The end. And this list took me a really long time to make because I had no idea which Super Editions I liked. But in the end, I think I found a pretty good list, but I overthought it a lot.